Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-April right through to mid-May 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But before I even start, your reading is like super active, okay? Now, this can symbolically mean that perhaps, you are getting more active before your actual working day. Perhaps you're starting earlier or changing your schedule in some way. But I have to show you this symbol. It kept showing up in the water before I even started your reading. So I had to actually draw it to really kind of highlight what I can see. It may be relevant for someone out there. Perhaps it's a symbol that you're going to see, or perhaps it's a logo that you're going to connect with regarding your finances or regarding your company, perhaps, or maybe a company or brand that you're going to deal with. I mean, when I really looked at it, it kind of reminded me of like a ribbon, okay, but it was golden. So it could be a remembrance of something. But I then thought about it. When I put it down, I thought, if I turn it upside down, maybe it looks like the Taurian symbol as well. So perhaps it can indicate some of you are changing what you're doing right now. For some of you, you may have felt like your industry was turned upside down, but I definitely see an energy here of things kind of like working their way out. So just be mindful of that symbol. For some reason, it's relevant. And it coincided, I'll just pop that there, with a diamond in the water. So the diamond can indicate, and now there's a word, convert, there as well, convert. Okay, I mean, I'm not really sure what to do about that. I mean, diamonds can indicate that you're doing something hard, something that's challenging to shape, perhaps, or form, but it ends up being really valuable and, is a long-term asset or investment. Maybe this is about your skill set, knowing your worth. You're talented and you're a real diamond in the trade or the area of expertise that you have. So please take it as it resonates. I'm just like being given this energy before I even start your reading, okay? So, I mean, because the word convert is there, it can be that you're converting something, or perhaps maybe you're thinking about putting your money in like precious metals or something like that. I don't know anything about that, so I can't advise you there, but yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. So thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. It's highly unlikely that you'll just find a diamond somewhere. I mean, that would be lovely. I wish I was channeling that for you, but I feel more than anything it's to do with something valuable that you will achieve or you will be given in your industry or your area of expertise. And, it can be really clear cut. It can be that there's a lot of clarity there, but it's valuable, whatever it is. So I'm just going to leave it and move on. My guides want one more card, so I will give it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know regarding their money situation and their career at this time? Can you please highlight to them what they need to be aware of? Can you please show them the way, what to expect in the coming weeks and months there? We have the library. We also have family there as well. So this can be some of you are running a family business. Perhaps things have been a little bit challenging recently, but I see there is a commitment to learning more, upskilling, or implementing something that helps your trade or your skill or your business move forward. Okay. If you felt for example, that there has been a lack of opportunity or growth in your market, you may actually see more going on, because we have the water carrier there as well. So it can indicate that if your business or your industry has been oversaturated, whether you work for a family business or not, it can indicate that things have been a little bit dry. There's been a bit of a drought, shall we say, in opportunity or expansion or growth. But I think things are going to become a little bit more fluid in the future there for you. Some of you may be learning new things as well. So I'll just get all of your cards first before I connect fully to your reading. We got the Magician card. So thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Anything my beautiful Taurians need to know about their money and their career at this time? I mean, you have the Four of Pentacles right at the very center of your reading. So this is all about stability. We've got Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're building on what you already have as a foundation. And I just heard stash the cash, okay? Stash the cash, I just heard. So some of you, there is some sort of saving structure that you are adhering to right now. Could be that... My guys want one more, so I'll give it. It could be that perhaps you're thinking about your 401k or your pension at this time. I mean, it's very relevant in the news at the moment about things that are occurring regarding the fluctuations in the economic markets. But I do see that things will balance themselves out. Okay, so that's something that is coming through there. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. I did mention this last year, and as we approach 2025, and even in my yearly readings, you know, there's going to be a lot of ups and like drastic downs and lows. So, you know, because we have the Four of Pentacles there for you, it can be that you are creating some sort of financial structure to guard you against inflation or guard you against some sort of economic shift there. You're protecting your finances, and I feel, you know, with that star energy as your outcome, it can indicate that you are clear about what you want to do with your finances. A lot of you, that stash the cash energy is definitely about savings. Some of you may have like a large purchase, or, you know, you're taking a vacation, for example. So I definitely see here that you are going to be able to save some money. Okay, so that's what I see there, because Three of Pentacles, when it comes after the Four of Pentacles, it can indicate that, you know, the usual amount of money that goes out on bills, responsibilities, tasks, or, you know, our usual repayment plans, things like that. It can also indicate you have an opportunity to spend and to save. So there's an energy here of like giving out a little bit, this fluidity, because of course the water carrier is all about the fluid nature of money. It is also an energy, okay? So some of you, not all of you, but I'm really getting an energy of like reinvestment in self. Maybe you're upskilling, or you're doing something that reinvests in your business in some way. If you're an entrepreneur or you work for yourself, you're an independent worker, for example. But also some of you could be purchasing like a course of learning. I feel some of you could also be like saving for this large purchase. It could be a family home, for example, or it could be, you know, with that star energy that you're marketing in some way, or, you know, promoting yourself. So you could like portion off a bit of finances at this time to really kind of like invest. What do you call it? Speculate to accumulate. That's the energy that I've got coming with these Pentacles. Okay, so, you know, even if you work like a day job or whatever it is you do, because it's going to be different for everybody, some of you may be thinking about second streams of income in order to be able to like amplify your wealth and build on the foundation of structure that you have right now. So these could be just ideas at this time. You know, when you have a yarn energy, that is your protagonist energy. So this can indicate that you're untangling something at this moment. And that can be like your mind. It can be that, you know, you are exhausted right now. I feel like you're at capacity, but I feel like you're really making a strenuous effort to be disciplined, but also to start something else up, because I'm getting this energy, future gains right there. Okay. Patience is needed. So you may want to like move ahead really fast with something, but you feel like you have to untangle the details or get straight about something. You know, everything is connected when you have a ball of yarn there, but it can indicate that you have to just unpick and prioritize what's important at this time. So no matter what industry you work in, some of you may be like trying to prioritize what you do already that brings in a steady amount of finances, but you want to build upon it. You want to gain more money, of course, in the future. I mean, who doesn't, of course, because it's all about stability. I don't see that you're greedy here. I feel like you're working really hard, and I feel like you're focused on your family, on your soul tribe, and building a life of luxury for yourself, comfortability, stability, of course, but also there's this energy of legacy, okay? Doing something that has an impact, doing something that is really meaningful for you. And, you know, it says here, many working components, you know, hassles, problems, interconnected, patience needed, complicated. So some of you may be problem solving over the next coming weeks, but also you could be dealing with a very complicated situation that becomes very clear. I mean, the fact that I was given a diamond at the beginning of your reading, this can indicate something hard. You know, that's one of the hardest substances, and it's like cutting through things and seeing clearly, because when you think about the nature of a diamond, you know, the best quality is the best kind of like color. I don't really know much about diamonds, but I know that they talk about them being clear cut, and you've got the star energy. So it can be that suddenly you have an epiphany or realization on a very complicated, challenging situation, and it's more clear cut than you thought, okay? So it feels easier as you move through this period. Now, if some of you have come to this reading and you're currently out of a role, looking for a job, perhaps you're made redundant or you had to walk away from something that was not fulfilling, was not nurturing your needs because the water carrier is in the resistance position, it can indicate that the job market right now is oversaturated and you may feel a little bit challenged, especially since we have that 7 of Cups. It's like nothing sticks right now. It is hard, but that 8 of Pentacles, you're someone who is super talented, you're really gifted, you've mastered your craft to a certain degree. So when people look at your resume, they may actually kind of tell you that you're overqualified for something, or that, you know, you're so good at what you do that you're probably going to be asking for a certain amount of money that is above what they're willing to give. Now, they really want your skills and your talents. If you were to undersell yourself, they'd probably snap you up like that. But you are valuing yourself and you are waiting for the right role that pays the right amount of money for the life that you aspire to. And it is going to come along. I want you to be aware of it. A lot of you are manifesting this, but also whilst you're waiting for a new role, I see some of you upskilling or learning about alternative arenas or migrating your skills in some way. I just see you expanding. And with that 6 of Cups, some of you are definitely returning to work. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. But some of you may be literally returning to an industry that you used to love, or there's an opportunity that comes out of the blue, but actually you manifested this. Okay, it's not just you hunting for a role. Remember the energy. We have to work with the energy. When we're searching for something, we're actually putting our energy outside of ourselves, okay? There is this yearning, lament, or this energy of seeking, okay? Very important. But when we stand in our truth and in our power and know that we are going to attract the right opportunity, now that doesn't mean that you're not going to search. I want you to be aware of that, or even put yourself in a situation to meet the right opportunity. But when you change the vibration of knowing that the right role is going to find you, you're attracting the best job opportunity with the best money, it changes the frequency. It took me many, many years to learn that, to stand in my power and say, actually, I know the right role is going to find me and I trust the process. I'm going to put myself in positions to attract that opportunity, but I'm not searching for it and I'm not seeking it. It is seeking me. So I feel a lot of you right now, you're changing your vibration and actually the right role is going to find you, okay? Because you do have the Magician card, which means you are the pillar of strength. You are the pinnacle of the energy. You're commanding a magnetism right now that is attracting what you need into your life. I mean, the Magician card also tells me that you are super talented, really gifted. Anything you turn your mind to, you're naturally gifted at it, even if you have to learn on the go, okay? So if you're currently out of a job or you're looking for a new role, even if you're putting your resume out there, trying to find new opportunities, 6 of Cups, there is something coming towards you. Now, some of you, when you're watching this video, you may have actually interviewed for something already and almost written it off like it's not going to happen. But I feel like some of you out of the blue could get a second interview for this role, okay? Or even a third interview for this role. And you may have felt that perhaps they've given it to someone else, but they've turned it down. That's not true at all. There was one person they were waiting for to come back from a vacation so that they could get you to meet them. And they had to put the role on hold because there is a process, because I'm being given the words due process. So I feel there was some sort of process that they had to go through before they can get you to meet this person, and then they will offer you the job and the deal. So if you're already interviewed for something, I would say there's definitely an alternative follow-up interview with the person who really kind of needs to meet you that you haven't met yet. But also, for those of you who have not interviewed for something just yet, I do see that you will have like a second or a third review interview with whoever it is you're interviewing with. And I definitely see that you're going to bag that job. And it's a wish fulfillment role, okay? It's the right money. It's the right opportunity. There's a family feel to it. There's a lot of knowledge. You'll learn more. It actually helps you increase your skill set so that you can actually migrate your skill set, grow within the company, but also take new knowledge to other places if you wanted to, okay? So that's coming out there for, those who are looking for a job. Now, if you're currently in a role, it doesn't matter what industry you work in, I do see here that there are some challenging things that perhaps you're going to have to unpick, okay? A lot of you may feel like your industry is a mess right now. There's rules, regulations, policies changing. Some things may feel like they're up in the air. Maybe that's why this symbol I mentioned at the beginning, it's almost like the Taurian symbol, but it was upside down when it was shown to me. So some of you, it could be that perhaps you are looking at structure in your industry, or filing, or something that perhaps needs to be worked out in some way. And the next 6 weeks, you're going to work it out. It's going to be fine. It's actually easier than you thought, okay? I want you to be aware of that. Now, if you're someone who works for yourself, you're an independent worker, entrepreneur, artist, someone who's very creative, whatever it is that you do, I definitely see here that there is an opportunity that you've been manifesting and waiting for coming your way, because the star is you aligned with something you've been wishing for. It's an opportunity that helps you shine. For a lot of you, this is about your reputation increasing, but also you being in the spotlight for some sort of recognition. So if you're an influencer, for example, online, or it's something that you aspire to be, I definitely see you getting a lot of attention for what you do. I feel like something could go viral for you. People are wanting to seek you out. You're attracting at this time. 6 of Cups, lots of return customers or clients or subscribers or whatever it is that you do. For some of you, even if you're a freelancer and you go from position to position, project to project, I definitely see someone that you worked with in the past. They want to reach out and they want to really reconnect with you and work with you. And, it's like you're the go-to person in your industry. Even if you work in an office, or in a shop, or in healthcare, or in construction, whatever it is that you do, I definitely see this energy here of you kind of like spotlighted for what you bring to the table in your industry. Your reputation is increasing, and you're a hard worker. 8 of Pentacles indicates your craft. Whatever it is you do, you are a pro at it. And this is the most important energy for you. You need to enjoy what you're doing and make sure that you feel like you're making an impact. And the next 6 weeks is going to highlight that you are making an impact with those that you come into contact with. But the 8 of Pentacles can indicate that you're in some sort of routine. Now, routine, while some people may feel it's a bit boring, a little bit dull, it actually gives you a structure to be the best that you can be at the role that you're at. Because when you reach a certain level, no one else can match your energy. The next level after an 8 of Pentacles is independent finance. So it can be that some of you have reached a certain level in your industry right now, no matter whatever it is that you do, and now you're thinking about either going solo, launching your own business, becoming a practitioner or a consultant, or whatever it is. It feels like you need to go to the next level. A lot of you may be seeking independence in your current circumstances. So even if you work for a company, it can be that there's people here who kind of like are very selfish, or who are micromanaging, or are the gatekeepers to the next level. And you may feel that right now there's a certain plateau that you've reached, and you may feel it's really hard to go to the next level. So some of you, you know, are really kind of like brainstorming or thinking about what to do next. I mean, with that puppy there as well, if I think about the nature of a puppy, this can be that like you're really excited about something new. You know it's going to be really hard work, and perhaps it's something that is maverick, bold, daring, cornering a market. Perhaps it's like a new piece of technology or kit or something, and you know it's really hard to like work out, but once you do it, it's going to be so valuable to you as a tool or an idea. And I feel this is you kind of like being excited with something, but knowing that you have to kind of like learn it. Or, I mean, it could even be there's new technology in your working environment, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm excited to move forward and open up to new things, but at the same time it challenges the status quo, and it means training. It means kind of like getting to grips with something, which of course takes time. So structure is going to work really well for you. That repetitive energy is indicated here, which means that, you know, all the components are going to come together. It may seem a little bit messy right now. So this could literally mean that you've got a lot of things going on, right? You know, some of you, it could be end of year business. It could be tax time. You could be doing like receipts and like spreadsheets and getting your self-assessment in, for example. And then also you've got all these other responsibilities to do. For some of you, it could be the year end at a company that you work for. So there's like excess work where everybody's like working really hard. All those little things, it just feels like there's a lot of chaos energy. But I feel like you are someone who is diligent, structured, and you're on top of things, okay? This card literally means as well, on a personal level, a lot of you are reinvesting in self, okay? It means some of you are thinking about gaining new knowledge somewhere, learning new skills, or employing a new craft that you have been learning, okay? And I also see here that, of course, you're investing in now so that it will pay off with your financial future. So with that Eight of Pentacles, some of you are thinking about 401ks, pensions. I mean, you may be thinking about when to retire. Some of you may have come to this reading and you are retired and you're worried about the fluctuations in the pension pots right now, and it can just feel like a bit of a mess, and something that you thought was full is being emptied right now, or you just feel that there is some challenging energy, which means money is a little bit too fluid. You know, easy come, easy go. Suddenly things are shifting in a way that you have no control over. And, you know, you may be feeling a bit worried about that. I would definitely say with the library energy that, you know, it's good to reach out perhaps either to a family member who has knowledge about, you know, structure or finances, or to a practitioner or someone who's in a position of authority with qualifications to help you regarding these recent fluctuations. But what I do see here, the star is a healing energy. So I feel things will rectify, things will heal. With the Six of Cups, they will fluctuate, okay? But the Six of Cups means a return to better times. So I want you to be aware of that, okay? A lot of people are going to worry about these things, whether you're retired or not. And, you know, financially, things may feel like they're all in a bit of a kerfuffle right now. But I do see here that you're prioritizing your own needs, that you're working really hard. You're gaining knowledge about how best you can put yourself in a position to utilize the energy right now and capitalize on things. But I feel here that there is an energy of trusting, okay, that things are going to work out in a more balanced way. Let's put it that way. It may take some time, but there is going to be a readjustment period. So I want you to be aware of that. If you're thinking about retiring and you haven't just yet, I do see this energy here of some of you kind of like holding on for a little bit. You know, you may change a date that you're going to retire at. You know, there's a Six of Cups energy. And what I mean by that is some of you may say, okay, I'm going to retire in August, okay? And then as August is approaching, you may be in July at this point, and you're like, actually, no, I'm going to extend it to October. But then as you get into August, you may return to your original idea and say, no, I'm going to do it in August, okay? So I just see like a change of mind there. I feel like, you know, it's going to be a very valuable time for you because you're going to be spending a lot of time with family, friends, or a support network or support system, getting involved in the community, you know, involving yourself with books, projects, and basically focusing on your sense of purpose. you know, you have more time for you. So I do see that it's going to be very beneficial there for you, and there's nothing to worry about, is what I see. Now, for the majority of you who are retired, I want you to be aware of some of you. I do see this energy of some of you thinking about returning to work. You know, I got to be honest with you. I can see with the Six of Cups, some of you, if you are retired, you may be thinking about returning to something. Not all of you, of course, but if you are thinking about that right now, you know, I see this energy of you doing something creative, something that you really enjoy. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like you integrating in some way. I mean, for some of you, there's a library there, so that could be literal. Some of you may think, oh, you know what? I'm going to spend my time in the library. Maybe I'll do something there. But I don't feel it's that. I feel it could be that you utilize your knowledge of whatever it is you used to do, because I'm seeing handbook. So some of you could create a book or a how-to manual or something online that people can download. And it feels like you doing something in your spare time that perhaps you could utilize the internet with, because when you think about the obelisk, there's this energy of like connecting to the ether, okay? Now, this is whether you're retired or not, really. A lot of you, you're so knowledgeable about what you do. So whether you're an independent worker right now, whether you're retired, whether you are someone who is in, you know, a structured position that you do every day, same time, same place, you know, whatever it is, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge right now, and you could be like compartmentalizing this knowledge in order to create like a course of learning or something online. I mean, the majority of you are literally writing a book, something that will be on bookshelves or in some sort of like online library where people can download it, and it brings in passive income for you. So I just see a lot of you creating something based on your knowledge that kind of coincides with whatever it is you're doing right now, and it gives you a little bit more financial freedom, because that is your next card up. Eight of Pentacles is like a nice card because it means you're working really hard or you have a lot of knowledge and you can do a lot with that. So some of you are actually implementing different streams of income in order to broaden your perspective and broaden your finance stream as well. Now, Seven of Cups is options, okay? So I got to be honest with the yarn and the Seven of Cups. A lot of you, you know, if you're in a career right now and you're in a role, I do feel that April, especially the end of April there, it's going to be busy, okay? This can indicate you're going to be multitasking, you have a lot on your plate. So that Eight of Pentacles really means structure is going to work super well for you. Some of you may be trying to really tie up loose ends and get projects done because you may be going on a vacation, celebrating your birthday season, my beautiful Taurians. Happy birthday for all of you beautiful Taurians for when your birthday arrives, of course. And I feel some of you could be having a getaway with family or friends, or maybe even a staycation, but you could have a lot on your plate trying to get everything done before you take a little bit of time off for you. I hate to say this, but I gotta say it because it's in the energy. It's always the way as well, that just before you take some time off or just before you leave for the day, if you're going on a vacation, for example, it feels like something comes in at the 11th hour, which may present a challenge, like a fly in the ointment, okay? Something that perhaps you're like, oh my gosh, I was just about to leave and this just come in and I have to like sort this out, okay? You do sort it out before you leave. It's no biggie, but at first you could feel it's a little bit frustrating. So I have to mention it because it's there. Now we do have the water carrier. It's in the resistance position. So, you know, it's in the reverse at first. It will go into the upright. Now this can indicate that some of you are thirsty for more, okay? You may feel that you've come to a certain level in your career right now and you're just feeling it's time to level up, okay? But also you may feel unappreciated, or you may feel that your skill set is not nurtured where you are right now, or there's no room for growth. If you think about water, I mean, for some of you, it could be literal. It could be that you're dehydrated. If you work in an office, for example, it could be like the aircon is draining you and also like drying you out, for example, dehydrating you. So it could be something that's literal there, but more than anything, I feel this could be that you feel right now unappreciated, or that there's no nurturing going on in your current circumstances. So you may be like looking further afield at trying to find new opportunities where you can have some growth in your industry. Now, I do see growth happening in your industry, so I do feel something that you will love is coming on in. This is literally a water carrier, and the Six of Cups, you know, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a water carrier on that Six of Cups. You know, a figure offers a full cup of water to another figure, okay? And this is a period where something is being offered to you. It could be that you win back an opportunity, or you win an award, or you win some sort of incentive. It's something you're going to love, okay? Could also be that an opportunity comes back around, or you decide to work with someone that was really fulfilling in the past. But what I get here is a sense of well-being in the working environment, and an opportunity in your industry. For some of you, it's like a promotion. The star energy is you being in the spotlight for some sort of success, and the Magician card can indicate that you have a lot of power, or there's some sort of status there. And this role requires your expertise, is what I'm being given. But also, I am being given, no matter what industry you work in, there's going to be someone who gives you a little token for your birthday. So this could be a card, could be a cake, could be muffins, could be, you know, chocolates, could be something, could be candy, whatever. I just get an energy of someone giving you a little gift. This could also be like a client or someone you deal with every day. Even if you work for yourself and maybe you work on your own, for example, I feel someone you come into contact with, you may discuss that it's your birthday, and actually they give you a little token for your birthday, okay? I'm actually seeing as well, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. What is that? Oh gosh. Loyalty points card where it gets stamped. So I'm not sure. I mean, sometimes you get those in coffee stores. So it could literally be a coffee from your local coffee house if you drink a beverage like that, for example. Or, I mean, for some of you, that can literally mean you're going to be offered like a seal of approval or a stamp or a deal or something because of your loyalty to a company. So, or to a client or someone. So that's coming through there as well. But also, if you run your own business, this could be some sort of loyalty point scheme that you're deciding to set up so that you can increase your bond with your clientele or your subscribers or whatever it is that you do. Or yeah, I'm just being given, you know, financial incentives. Some of you could be using loyalty points on a card for certain shops or stores so that you can pay like that and save your money as well. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that there because that's really random. But actually, I'm seeing like a token loyalty card as well connected to books. So maybe this is something that's relevant. I'm going to leave that there. Okay, let's move on. But it says here, humanitarian generosity. Now, yeah, I'm also being given, for some of you, there may be some sort of knowledge or wisdom, or I feel it's more knowledge or wisdom. Someone may tell you about a role or a job if you're looking for one, or they may tell you on the down low about an opportunity that's in the works. It's going to be yours, but I feel it could be something that you have prior knowledge to that other people do not have. That's coming through there as well. But it says here, alleviate. So I definitely see here things will get a little bit better there. We have humane, helpful, ethical, balance, calm life. Some of you are trying to become an entrepreneur, to be your own boss, so that you can actually, you know, have a calmer working environment, because 9 is an independent number. It connects to the hermit energy. So if you're trying to become your own boss or set something up, launch something during this period, I really feel it's going to go very well. I feel a lot of people are going to see it. They're going to return to it. They're going to want it, whatever it is. And I mean, look, we've even got loyalty there on that family card there too. So I do see that you're building a loyal kind of connection to your industry, and there are rewards connected to that, okay? It may not feel like it right now, but I do see that they're coming on in. Now, with the 4 of Pentacles, it's in the resistance position at first. It will turn up into the upright there. But some of you with this card, it can indicate that there is some sort of like move going on. Okay, so it could be that there's some sort of refurb going on in your company, if you work for a company, or some sort of change of offices or restructure. For some of you, if you work in the home space, it could be that you change location of where you do your work. Or if you tend to work in a cafe, for example, it could be that you change the cafe, because I'm getting an energy here of you not working in your usual typical environment. So either that's because there's some sort of like restructure going on. For some of you, there could also be a merge. Okay, so it could be in your industry that there's a merge deal going on with the company that you work for or with, or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be you merging your business. For some of you, you know, you could have got to a certain level where you are actually selling your business, and it's going to be very rewarding for you, but also I feel it frees up your time. Also, if you are becoming an entrepreneur, it can be that there's a lot of like red tape, or there's a structure that needs to be adhered to legally, and it may feel like a bit of a mess. You know, something that seems complicated, actually, once you put one foot towards your destiny, the universe takes 10 footsteps towards you. So if, for example, you know, you're trying to do things like generational wealth, you know, it could be structures that seem like a bit of a headache, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't understand it. I don't know what to do there. How do I find the right person to help? It can feel like a bit of a conundrum at first and a bit of a headache. But I feel like you find the information you need, and it's easier once you kind of like source out a person who can help, or you source out a piece of information. Someone that you know, I feel, already has this piece of information, but it's about tapping into who's got that, and they will share it with you, is what I'm seeing. Okay. Now, of course, the Four of Pentacles, for some of you, you may be leaving home. That's why Stash the Cash came up there. It could be that you're actually purchasing a large purchase, maybe real estate for some of you. Four of Pentacles can be the foundations of money. So it can be that you are thinking about going into real estate in order to have some sort of passive income, or something that pays for itself long term. But, you know, the Four of Pentacles indicates an energy of saving and taking ownership of your career. It indicates security financially. So some of you may be worried about finances right now because, of course, it's in the resistance position. But I do see here that there is going to be, you know, a balance energy there where basically I feel things are working out for your highest good, and you will always have abundance available to you. So trust the process. Also, the Four of Pentacles can indicate that you're very careful with money right now. You're cautious, you're clever, and you're taking advice and maybe even weighing up your options there. Because I feel a lot of you with that Four of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, this can indicate that you have plans for your money. You know, Three of Pentacles is planning stages of something, or engineering an idea or a structure in some way. So whether you're like setting up your own business or trying to learn about financial structures, pensions, 401ks, investing, for example, acquisitions, I feel a lot of you are gaining a lot of knowledge, and you may literally purchase a book from online about wealth structures, or about some sort of like financial aspect of an industry, so that you can apply it to your own personal circumstances. I'm just talking about generational wealth because, of course, you have structure energy with that Four of Pentacles, and you have library and family there as well. So I feel you can set something up that protects your finances, protects your property, for example, and these could be things that are just on your mind. Sometimes when we're trying to deal with financial structures, and you know, we read a lot of news, or we hear something about what's going on, for example, it can make us feel overwhelmed, or feel like all the information is one big spaghetti ball of yarn, and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this? But structure is important, patience is needed, and you will work it out, is what I'm seeing there. Okay, now Three of Pentacles also, for some of you, because it is in the resistance position at first, you may feel that whatever it is you're doing, you don't have any support. You're self-made, you're doing whatever it is, and you are running with it, you're backing yourself. 8 is the number of the self, and you have that 8 of Pentacles there. But of course, it's going for a Four of Pentacles and a Three of Pentacles after that. So it can be that after you pay out all your finances, like repayment plans, everything that you need to pay for food, for example, gas if you have a car, it can be that, you know, you are still left with some finances that you can pool or resource. And of course, that sentence is coming back, stash the cash, is what I'm seeing there. But it could be that, you know, sometimes it's hard to be able to save. But I do see here that you're going to be able to do it in the next 6 weeks. And Three of Pentacles energy, it also indicates there that, you know, you're hanging on to money, but also partnered with the Four of Pentacles, you're not allowing life to pass you by. Okay, sometimes you need to treat yourself a little bit. And that's the fluidity of money, and that's why you got the water bearer there as well, okay? Now, outcome energy, we have the fairy tale, believe in the impossible. Okay, you're doing something that you may feel is impossible. When you actually look at that big ball of yarn, you may like go, oh my gosh, this is a headache. So a lot of you could face something in the next coming weeks that feels like a headache, whether it's like a contract, whether it's policies, rules changing, maybe even technology changing, or something that, you know, is shifting, because Four Pentacles kind of indicates something is as it always was, but now it's time to leave that safety net or that safe zone or that comfort zone. Because if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Four of Pentacles, the figure is holding on to Four Pentacles, like saving it, right? But at the same time, they've left the city. So it can be that, you know, either you are moving out of your house and you're looking for opportunities in a more rural area and you're a little bit worried about your options. For some of you, it could be that you're going to be working from home. For some of you, it could be that you're coming out of your comfort zone with your ideas, or, you know, perhaps there's new people or new structures going on and it pushes you out of your comfort zone, but actually it's going to be really rewarding for the long term, okay? Your Four of Pentacles is longevity financially. So I feel like you are creating a stable structure. And that Three of Pentacles, for some of you, you may even pool resources. So if you are purchasing something like a car or a family home, there could be, you know, you and a person, whether it's your partner, if you're in a high level commitment, or a sibling, for example. It could be that you're pooling resources together to get some sort of financial structure up and running, and it's going to be very rewarding indeed. But ultimately, I feel like you are self-made. That's what I'm feeling there. So it says here, daydreams, so important. You have that Seven of Cups. When you get a Seven of Cups, it can indicate anything's possible, but sometimes we have so much going on our mind that we can feel a little bit scattered and drained in our energy or our thoughts. But the Seven of Cups is asking you to prioritize what's important and believe in the power of possibility, because this is a card that indicates that you're open to everything that can happen for you. And I feel this is your opportunity to dream. And when you utilize your imagination, because you're strongly in a manifestation energy, but also you're gifted, you're talented, and you're taking action on something, you know, this is a card that indicates that you are manifesting something that you thought was challenging or impossible. But it's, you know, always impossible and still it's done. Okay, so I definitely see here that you're making it happen. And it says here, archetypes, magic, aspire, happy ever after, fanciful, the stories we tell. Okay, so this can be that, you know, you're going to have a really great story to tell, like your grandkids or perhaps, you know, your friends or someone, of how you made it to the top, how you stepped into this new role, how you really like leveled up in life, and that you didn't have the resources available to you, but you made it happen. Why? Because you're a hard worker, because you are disciplined. You know, you took something that was really arduous, because my guides are giving me the word arduous right now, and, you know, you pushed forward with effort. And I just feel like there is a bridge opening up for you to go from one side to the other, and, you know, everything lies on the other side of that bridge. So maybe that's what that convert or convertible energy was. It's like you're converting something or transforming something, building on whatever it is that you have already. And because we have the library, of course, this indicates new knowledge. So some of you, it may be knowledge that you've decided to invest in yourself, whether it's upskilling. For some of you, it could be that, you know, if you work for a company, they ask you to train in something so that you can be ahead of the curve, so that you can be someone who figureheads a department, or you train other people, for example. Also, some of you may actually just be training people because you're going away on a vacation. I hate to give you this message, but Six of Cups tells me that when you return, you will have to return to some of the work to check it over, and you may have to go through it with a fine tooth comb, because there may be something that needs a little bit of a correction there. Not major, little minor one there. But we have knowledge, learning, history, information, research, pastime. Interesting. Pastime with the Six of Cups. So either this is something connected to history for some of you, or perhaps this is something that you used to do, that you used to love. An opportunity is resurfacing or is coming back around. Even if you feel like you missed out on something, there's an opportunity coming back around for you to grab with both hands, and you're going to love it, okay? We got documents, archives. So a lot of you could be doing like filing, looking at contracts, anything that has an expiry date. For some of you, especially if you're doing like an end of year kind of review financially, because I'm seeing a calculator and everything, receipts, whether that's like your personal assessment, for example, for tax, it can be that something doesn't match. And you're like, what? Why? This makes no sense. I feel there's an energy here of either if you were purchasing something for a business or you were trying to get an expense on something, it just feels like either you purchased it like before the weekend or on the weekend, and perhaps the financial institution didn't kind of like register it until a couple of days later. Really weird energy that's coming through, but that may be why dates do not match. And it may be something that you have to note on the purchase. I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but this is something that's coming through, so I just thought I'd honor it because it's coming through there, okay? Also, some of you may discover something, okay? I'm not really sure what this is. You may discover something that someone... It's really interesting. It's almost like if you're stepping into a new role, the person who used to do the role has left you a little gift, almost like a little envelope that says, watch out for Bill in accounts. You know, he can get really angry. Or watch out for this statement that comes in. Sometimes it goes to the wrong department. It's like they just leave you a little nugget of opportunity to really fit in. That's what I'm being given there. They may even leave you a literal gift there as well. That's what's coming through, but they may also leave all their contacts, something to help you. Maybe this is something you're thinking about doing if you're leaving a role as well. But yeah, we also have the family. Okay, now this is like things coming together and you building a legacy. This is security. This is the equivalent of like a 10 of Cups energy, which means, you know, you are satisfied and proud of everything that you're accomplishing there. Some of you may go into business with family members, or you're contemplating that right now. Perhaps you have a family member who said, it'd be really great if we partnered up and did this business and pooled our resources. And with that 8 of Pentacles, you're like, I'm not so sure. You may feel this person, whilst you love this person, sometimes they may not be able to support the role as often as you can, or you may feel like they cannot invest. It's sporadic or intermittent, and you may be just a little bit cautious about it. You don't want to let them down, but also you need to be clear about roles and responsibilities. So if you are partnering up in business with a family member, make sure you get everything in writing in a contract so everyone is on the same page and everyone kind of like knows the weight that they should be pulling in the industry, because I do feel it's a great idea at first, but you may well be left with all the ins and outs and the details, and you may have extra work on your plate. So that's something that's coming out there. But it says here, loyalty, faithful, allegiance, you know, fidelity, commitment, trust, affection, support systems. So I do feel like, especially if you're an entrepreneur, or you're someone who's an influencer, there could be a brand deal or some sort of like alliance or collaboration coming in here for you where it just fits, okay? Some of you will also find kindred spirits in your working environment. There could be someone here who leaves the working environment, okay? So if you work for a company or an office or something, someone may be leaving, but they may reach out to you after they've left and say, hey, where I'm at is so much better than where we were. There's a role available. Do you want to come and like work where I work now? So they may headhunt you, or they may actually tell you about a role. Okay, so that's coming through. Magician card indicates that there is some level of magic going on in your industry, but it's more than that. It indicates your focus. You're energized. I feel here, of course, there's a lot going on, so flexibility is the key, but this indicates there's a lot of potential. It's a potent message of you being the creator, that you are in a powerful position to channel your energy and use your talents and skills in order to create the life that you aspire to. This is about you steering your ship, or actually being the architect of your dreams, literally. And I feel this is about you tapping into your personal power, and there's a real energy here of you like having the skills, the intelligence to make things happen. And we have that 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups basically indicates that things return to a more even keel, that they balance themselves out. And also it can indicate that something from your past that you've already done gives you a gift in the present. So it can be that maybe you learned something a long time ago and you're like, oh, I'll never need that information. And then suddenly, cut to 2025, in the next coming weeks, you need that piece of information and you're like, oh, thanks, past self, for investing in that piece of knowledge. It actually was valuable after all. Some of you could also be doing something now that your future self will thank you for there as well, okay? But the Six of Cups is an offering. So this is either a gift of a message or, information, or even some sort of promotion or opportunity. Sixes tend to be victorious energy, balance, an energy of overcoming an obstacle, a triumph, being offered something that you love. So I do see here that some of you, there is something that is offered to you that really helps you elevate or in some way rise above or level up in your career, and you're going to love it, okay? This could be a piece of news. For some of you, it could be something that you applied for, maybe a permit. For some of you, I am seeing this energy of the water bill as well. For some of you, I'm being given this energy that, and this may not be all of you, but I'm getting this energy that some of you, a water bill, it may be like much higher than usual, okay? And I feel like you can test this. And it may feel like a bit of a headache to ring customer services and spend like a couple of hours waiting for someone to help you perhaps, but it will be worth it because I feel like you get compensated, or they roll over the extra amount and put it on your next bill to take it down, for example. So I do see compensation there. Now we got the star energy. So this indicates a lot of you, as I mentioned, reputation. If you want to be in the public eye, I definitely see this is a potent time for you to really step into the power that you have and captivate the room and really like catapult to success. This is like a public kind of show of appreciation or stepping into the spotlight or the limelight in some way. But the star energy on a more grounded level indicates that you are recognized and appreciated for what you do. And it could be an award, or it could also be that, you problem solve something that's been on your mind for some time. Even if it's like you can't find a receipt, for example, or a statement or a package, or, whatever it is that you may feel has gone missing or you've had to search or sort out. I really feel this energy that you locate it, or you save the day, or everything works in your favor. The star energy is also inspiration, ideas. We are given magical, wonderful ideas and opportunities so that we can capitalize on it, build upon what we have already. So this is a very potent time for you to have unusual ideas, but also anything that's a little bit left field. That's the exciting thing. Also, a lot of you are going to return to an idea that you shelved, or that you thought, I'll come back to that later, but it's been a long time and it's been whispering to your heart to do. This is a little friendly nudge to say that it's going to be very successful, and you're going to really pay it a lot of attention and nurture it over the coming weeks. And it's something that's going to really grow there for you as well, okay? So we have the Laborer card, okay? Which means, of course, you work hard, but everything is coming together, and having the tools there. We've got spirituality. Some of you may even have like a tarot reading that is not this one, that actually connects to some of the really wonderful opportunities that are coming towards you, okay? But I do feel like you're divinely guided towards opportunity and increasing your wealth, being able to save. It's a slow and steady process, okay? Because I feel it's a very fluid energy for you. I mean, I got to be honest with you, there could be a small bonus or a small increase that comes in towards you, or an opportunity to increase there, but I don't see like a major windfall at this time. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that in the energy that I'm reading for the next 6 weeks, things are kind of like at a kind of like typical plateaued energy, okay? It's like business as usual. Now we do have setbacks, okay? I did mention it with the ball of yarn there. So there could be something that perhaps you feel like you're literally banging your head up against a wall with. This could be a person, could be someone that you've told information to many, many times, and you're like, oh my gosh, write it down, refer to the handbook, do something. For some of you, it could also be that you tried something in the past and perhaps you feel it was a missed opportunity or it didn't work out. Well, the universe is sending it around again for you, and this time you're really going to take off with it. It says here, your attempts to increase your income have largely been unsuccessful, perhaps, and it says this financial setback is forcing you to get more organized with your finances. I can definitely see that with that Eight of Pentacles, but don't lose hope. This time is for learning from mistakes and capitalizing on it to increase your wealth. So I would say here that a lot of you, you know, if you've been overspending, sometimes we just do it, or sometimes, as we all can see right now, there is hidden inflation in items, everyday items that we purchase. You know, this has been happening for the last 4 years. It's been a steady increase. It's been ridiculous, of course, and we're all just trying to deal with that and notice that all of those things are nibbling away at our little, you know, pot of money that we're trying to save to look after ourselves when we get older, of course. So it can be really hard. It just feels like a setback at this time, but I feel there's an energy here of things working out, and that, you know, there is a positivity to money long term. It says here, you're being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path at this time. You may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. And it says here, your finances could use some spell work. Maybe that's why you got the magic card there. Ask your guides or angels for assistance. I do see here that, you know, you are being guided to better opportunities and more money. But sometimes, you know, when things get really challenging, that's when we spring into action. Sometimes we feel a little bit nervous, or we watch and wait and kind of like observe things before we really feel we need to take action on something. And if you feel things are critical right now, I definitely see that whatever steps you're taking is going to work out in your favor. And I do see an increase in your finances. So I would say, you know, there's nothing to worry about here. We also have labor. And this card, it says a new job of some kind is coming your way, or you're going back to work. Okay, so I did mention earlier that those out of work, you will be going back to work. I mean, for some of you, you know, if you've been on maternity leave, it could be that you're re-entering the working environment, and you may feel that whoever was, you know, covering your maternity leave, they created a mess, and now you got to sort it out. You got to get organized. You need to get into a system, or back into your system, for example. That could even be if you've been like on a vacation, whoever's been training and doing your role, supporting it while you've been away, you could come back and go, oh my gosh, where's the stuff? Why do they move stuff around? It was organized. We've also got a career in construction, maintenance, or any kind of labor work could be for you. So some of you could be going into that at this time. I feel symbolically it means that you're structuring your time, being disciplined, and you're working really hard to create financial structures that will bring stability. If you think about the nature of a laborer, you know, they create structures, and often houses, and some of you may be literally saving money to build your own home, for example. But it says here, your dependable and loyal nature. Again, this loyalty energy, and I saw a loyalty card. Maybe this is symbolic. Thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. I'm just hearing a song right now. Very famous song by ABBA, Money, Money, Money. What am I being given? Let me just tap into the lyrics. All the things I could do if I had a little money. It's a rich man's world. Okay, well, looking at the trajectory of your energy, I would say that you're working towards building a legacy financially and building a life of luxury. So you may be entering into that kind of like rich person's world at some point. You may even already be there, and you're just trying to maintain and sustain what you have already got. I mean, I guess when you have a lot of money, there's still a lot of like outgoings as well, I'm guessing. But it can be that you are kind of like thinking about all the money that you would need in order to live the life that you aspire to. So maybe that's you kind of like thinking of what the lyrics literally say. All the things I could do with all of that money. And I feel like you're working really hard to make that happen. And I really feel like you will make it happen, okay? And it says here, back to that final sentence, your dependable and loyal nature will be rewarded soon. Keep at it. So again, it's this energy of maintaining and sustaining, and the reward is coming in. Look up the meanings of the cards. Six of Cups is a reward, okay? And for some of you, it can be from the past. Something that you did in the past, or something that you've been maintaining all of this time, is going to be rewarding. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a ring. Oh, we got a lot here. Isn't this interesting? We have a lot of arrows here. So being on target, setting your sights high, aiming for something. I feel like you're definitely going to do it. I mean, if you look at it, that's the arrow on its own, right? But, you know, the arrow is not going to go far without the bow. And here we have the arrow now in the bow. So it could be that you've been lining yourself up getting all the tools and the know-how, the education, the skills to arm yourself to take aim at something. And now you're ready to shoot at your target, for example. So it could be that you're ready and you're aimed for something, you're locked onto it, and now you're going to release something. You're going to release the arrow. It could be a project, could be an idea, but I definitely see here you're going to hit your target, and I'm quite excited there. So this is about, you know, setting intentions or aiming for something, and we've got the, oh my gosh, you know, I close my eyes when I pick the trinkets, and of course you can't see my eyes, but you do have to, you know, trust me on that, I'm afraid. But we've got an angel and an angel wing. So I'm just going to turn that up there. Interesting, we got 2 arrows and we got 2 indications of like spiritual guidance and help, okay, that your guides are with you. So I feel like you're protected and directed accordingly. But this could also be that maybe it's you and a person, or maybe you and some sort of alliance, friends in high places, that you're being guided to aim for something right now, this sense of purpose. And it may feel a little bit like a muddle. It may feel like, you know, everything's like convoluted or challenging or hard, but actually you're just locked onto it. You're going to make it happen. You're making the impossible possible. And I feel like you're going to really feel proud of yourself, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. Before I go, I'm just being given something else. I'm being given this energy that some of you, there is this energy of just before you either take a vacation or you're about to do something, there may be someone who's absent from the team. So if you do rely on a team member, it could be someone goes like missing in action, or they are unwell, for example. I mean, for some of you, not all of you, but because we have the water bearer there, it could be that they were overindulgent, shall we say, and they are then absent from work, unwell after that. That's something that's coming out there. But it could be that someone is absent, or if you require a service or you need something, the person who you need to rely on, it's like they can't do it in the time that you want, and it feels like a little bit of a crazy kind of like deadline energy, or you're frustrated, but actually this person may step up last minute, or there's an alternative where things actually just work out smoother. So yeah, don't get too frustrated, because I feel like it works out. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.